Welcome to the 5 for 2 podcast with me, your host Adele, where we say no to careers where you're trading 5 days of misery for 2 days of fun. A place we discuss all things career, confidence, and money moves. I want to motivate, teach, and empower ambitious women to achieve more, earn more, feel more confident, and enjoy the work they do. It's all about believing you can have everything you want in your career and then going and getting it. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome to another episode. I hope you're all doing well. Let's dive straight in. Is AI going to take your job? This is the question this is like the $1 million question this year. Everyone's asking this question. Is AI going to take your job? And the thing is, I can't give you a definitive answer, but I'm going to give you my answer. And the answer for some people is yes, and for other people it's no. And this is just the honest truth. Why? I have spoken to so many people that are scared. And I want you, first of all, to just acknowledge that it doesn't matter what role you're in. Because I know some people who are beating themselves up and saying, because I'm not in like a well-paid or high-flying job with a great title, that's why AI is going to take my job. When actually, I've spoken to people from multiple different industries that are worried, like even lawyers. Because currently, like in the UK, solicitor, lawyer, whatever, we would pay someone to get legal advice. There are people now, for some of the basic legal stuff, they're just asking ChatGPT. They're getting ChatGPT to help them draft letters that they would have previously got a solicitor to help them draft. Like, everyone is in the same boat. And I just wanted to say that because I want all of you to understand. It doesn't matter if you have a high flying job or not. People are worried about AI. And do I think in the short term, AI will replace some people? Yes. In the short term. Listen, we've already seen those shops, those Amazon shops where there's no employees in there. Like, you can go and do your whole grocery shop. We've seen cars that drive by themselves. We've seen deliveries in America with those little, like, I don't know what to call them, like little robots with the food inside, and it just drives and drops the food off. Like, we've already seen the rise in technology. Yeah. So if you think about all those things when it comes to technology, AI is just another arm of that. And because of AI, yes, some jobs will be maybe obsolete, but I don't think I don't think the whole job will be obsolete, but the way the job is done will be obsolete. So parts of the job may not be needed anymore because AI will be able to pick it up. And then the human will be able to do the other part of it, the more valuable part, the part that AI can't pick up. So AI will, yes, in the short term, make some jobs obsolete. In the long term, AI will create jobs. Why? Because they will need people to manage the AI, to run the AI, to code the AI. Like, AI will create jobs, but right now, in the short term, it feels like it's removing a lot of people. It feels like it's removing a lot of manpower, human hours, and it is. And it's as straightforward as that. But that doesn't mean that AI is going to take everyone's job. What it does mean, though, is rather than worrying about will AI take my job, what you need to be thinking about is what do I need to learn so that I can be on the other side of it? Because the people that know how to utilize AI will continue to be employed. So how can I use AI? So when they say if you can't beat them, join them, this is one of those things. AI is not going anywhere. It's going to just get more sophisticated. How can you learn about it, use it, get good at it so that you can use it as a tool so that you can keep working and doing your job? Because you'll be one of the AI experts. You'll be one of the people who knows how to use AI in a better way in your job. You'll be one of the people who made the suggestions to your company so they want to keep you on. Yes, teams are going to get smaller. They will. It's no different from when people were worried because a lot of companies started outsourcing whole departments overseas because they were able to get cheaper labor. So they started outsourcing, call centers. Remember how many years that's been going on for? And then slowly some of them started bringing them back to the countries that they operated in because that blanket approach, that we're going to outsource everything, they realized it didn't work. The same thing will happen with AI. That blanket approach, we're going to make everything AI. We're going to get rid of loads of people. they'll realize it doesn't fully work and they'll have to reverse. But this is always what happens when there's change or innovation. They go full force, full throttle, throw everything at it, and then they fix the problems. Then they work backwards and they're like, oh, and I know that doesn't help in the short term because it's really scary for a lot of people. I know there's been a lot of people laid off or made redundant because their teams have been made smaller and things like that because parts of their job are no longer like they don't feel like a human is needed for certain parts of the role. I get it. I'm not immune to those things either. You guys know I work part-time in corporate. So I still work 2 days a week in corporate. And it doesn't not affect me. I'm the same as everyone else. I'm looking at it and trying to understand it and trying to navigate it. Why? Because if you can't beat them, join them. So when I'm looking at AI, when I'm thinking about AI, I'm thinking about, okay, what do I need to learn? How do I upskill myself? Are there any courses I can take? Whether that's free resources or whether it's paid. What can I do? Is there anything my company's offering? Can I go to AI webinars, seminars, talks, whatever it is? Like, what can I learn about AI and how to use it better in my job? And how to use it better in general in other departments, just so that I can be of value because it's not going anywhere. And you can fight it, you can scream, you can stand on the hilltop and scream at the top of your lungs and say it's not fair. That still don't mean it's going to go anywhere. The people that fight it the most will the people that will find it the hardest. We have to be adaptable and flexible and change. If you don't, listen, what do they say? When something stops growing, it dies. So if you're not able to change with the times, then that is when you become obsolete. You will not become obsolete if you learn to work with the thing of the times. Do you remember when there was no computers and everyone did everything on paper? Oh, listen, I sit between a generation that straddles both. So when I started secondary school or high school, for any of my American listeners, we still use paper for everything. Then midway through high school, we started to get computers. So I straddle both. I'm like a paper girly who then became a computer girly. I didn't start school and there was computers readily available. It didn't work like that. We didn't even have a computer lab when I started school. I'm showing my age now, but I'm just saying. My daughter, on the other hand, computers, tablets, that's normal for her. What's paper? What's printing? What's all this nonsense? Like that's normal for her. It's always been a part of her school from she was little, from she was in nursery, all the way up to university now. The computers have always been there. They've had touchscreens. They've always been around. For me, that wasn't the case. But I was actually someone who preferred computers once I got to a certain age. I was like, listen, a lot of my companies, when I went to start in recruitment that still use paper, I was like, no, this is an absolute joke. I'm not printing CVs and reading them like that. They're on the screen. Why can I not read them on the screen and highlight the bits I need to? Why have I got to print it, read it, highlight it with a pen? I still worked with someone up until like 2022 in one of my old jobs where she would literally print. She was like, I can't look at them on the computer. I have to print it. She'd print everything. And she wasn't an older lady. This is the thing. She's my age. But that is just how her brain works. She just preferred paper. But there will become a time when the paper became obsolete. And if you couldn't use a computer, you struggled to find work. This is no different. People who still wanted to use paper filing systems, eventually it got pushed out because computers came along. You could literally save your work on a hard drive. You didn't have to print everything. Also, it costs companies money when you're printing all this paper. They have to then, if it's personal data or confidential data, they then have to get a special company or someone. It has to all be shredded because you can't just throw away confidential waste or people's data in the bin. It doesn't work like that. Versus if you've got it on a computer, it could be erased. If you've got it on a hard drive, the hard drive can be connected to and things can be removed. What I'm saying to you is there was a time when people were scared computers will take their jobs. And then guess what? Those people had to adapt and learn how to use computers, and then they were able to continue to be employed. It's the same now. AI will reduce some jobs. It's inevitable. But it will also create jobs. If you happen to be on the side right now where AI might be coming to a point where AI reduces your job, how can you flip and go to the other side? Go to the side where it's creating jobs because AI is creating jobs. Where can you flip and go to the other side? Like I said, how can you upskill yourself? How can you have in-demand skills? In 10 years, we will not know what in-demand skills are. Even in 5 years, the world moves so quickly. But for right now, AI is here. It's here to stay. We need to get on board. So I want everyone listening, if you're currently in a job and you think that there's a possibility that parts of your job AI could do, then I want you to start thinking about, okay, what opportunities could AI create? And even if you can't think of any opportunities that AI might can create, I want you to think about, how can I learn to use AI in a way that helps my company get even better results than we already get? And how can I be at the forefront so they want me to stay, to continue that? Right now is about self-preservation. And self-preservation means getting on board, and getting on board quickly. How can you be ahead of the curve? It may be years before your job becomes obsolete. Your job may never become obsolete. But what's wrong with learning an additional skill? What's wrong with understanding how AI works? Just like back in the day when we had to learn to use computers. So that's my thoughts, just my 2 pence on what I feel like we should be doing when it comes to AI. Do I think AI will take everyone's jobs? No. Do I think AI will take quite a few jobs or make some jobs obsolete? Yes. Do I think AI will improve certain systems in certain jobs, which will mean they will need less people to do that role? Yes. Do I think that that means that all of us will be out of work? No. Do I think that there's going to be a teething period, a quiet period, like a weird period that's kind of hard for a lot of us? Yes. But do I think that if we can upskill ourselves and get on the other side, just like I said back in the day before computers became a thing, can we do that? Can we get on the right side? Can we change? Can we adapt? Can we learn? If the answer is yes, and it should be yes, then AI can't take your job, because you'll be able to run the AI rather than the AI running you. So I hope that's helped answer that question, because I think this year that's been a popular question. And yeah, that's the same way I speak to my clients when they're worried. I let them know, like, listen, there'll always be something new. There'll always be some change. And yes, we can't just ignore it and close our eyes and pray that it goes away. We have to do something about it. But now's the time to be proactive. Not 3 years from now when you're all like listening back to this episode and saying, oh, I should have listened to it and I should have upskilled. Now's the time. Get ahead of it, because it's only going to get more sophisticated. Anyway, I hope that's helped someone. Hope that's helped ease some of your tensions, because when you cannot control a situation, you need to control the part of it you can control. And what I mean by that is control the controllables. So you can't stop AI, but you can change how you react to it and how you deal with it. That's the only part you control. You can't control if your team gets smaller or if parts of your job get outsourced. You cannot control that. There's nothing you can do, but you can make yourself hard to replace. We've spoken about this before in a previous episode. Go back to it if you need to, and then connect the two. Because if you can connect the dots between the hard to replace episode and this episode, I feel like you'll fly, and you won't be sitting on the sidelines waiting for something to happen to you. You'll be making something happen. Anyway, I'll speak to you in the next episode. I hope this episode gave you exactly what you needed and motivated you to confidently take steps towards your next career move. If you enjoyed it, screenshot and share it on your socials, tag me on Instagram, and come join my community of amazing women working on leveling up their confidence and career. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.